Oh, we're back out again, and we'll start this video with the view from the door. Loch Ken. We're on Loch Ken campsite. We're in the tent park, a camping park. I've purposely chosen this spot, not just for the view, which is fantastic, but because the utilities are along there, and it means if I have to go to them, I just walk along, whereas if I was down there, I'd have to walk uphill. I'm a lazy sod. Loch Ken Leisure Centre, they've got statics, they've got caravans, they've got a lot, they've got a wee shop. It looks like a good setup. As you can see, it's very popular. This is 3 o'clock in the afternoon, not even. And it's starting to get crowded. And if you look at the loch, there's plenty to do. There's paddle boards out there, canoes. They can all be hired to the leisure centre here. Also, for choosing this spot, as you can see, it's quite mobbed, and it is a holiday week, so it could get, the party animals might come out. So I've came away up this corner out the road, and all I'm going to do these 3 days is just chill out, enjoy the view. Loch Ken campsite is about 2 miles from the last place I was, the Hensel Estate. In fact, that's just the Hensel Estate over there. So we've not moved far. A lot of facilities opening up in the Loch Ken. It could be quite an interesting place in the future. We'll just have a wee look at the one new item. It's a Trekology sleeping mat. This is the fancy one, Trekology, I think it's 140. It's wider, it's longer, it's got a built-in pillow. If you're really energetic, which I'm not, you can pump it up from there. You know, just that's a foot pump. Takes about 70 presses. You know, who'd want to do that? Not me. I blew it up using my wee mini pump. Being longer, I've tried it already. I can get stretched out on it, and because it has these raised bits at the side, being a side sleeper, I'm not going to roll off during the night. And that built-in pillow is absolutely fantastic. By the time I add another blow-up pillow, that's a knockoff of the Trekology pillow. Just stick it on there. And that is high enough for me to sleep. Okay, I've got all my other gear lying there just in case. Hopefully it won't be there the next time I come out. But we'll give it a try tonight. It looks good, it feels good. As you used to say in the beer advert, let's see if it does you good. Hey there. Shortbread time again. Oh, it's been a very, very hot day. About 4 o'clock I couldn't take it, and I decided just to go into the tent and have a wee lie down on my brand new Trekology UL. Aye, next thing I knew it was 6:30. I feel much better for that sleep though. It's not something I normally do, have a kip in the afternoon, but it worked out. Anyway, got up. Had a chicken curry and rice. One of the army bags. Absolutely brilliant. Maybe something else. And now I'm sitting having my coffee and shortbread. And I'll have a cigar and maybe a wee tinny beer, and we'll just settle down for the night. When I got up, I looked out of the tent. There's a blinking herd of sheep next to me. Must be about, God, there's well over 100 in that field next to me. So it could be a noisy night. We've also got a load of kids running about and families playing rounders, and it's different from what my usual camp is. Anyway, I'll see you in the morning hopefully. Oh. Good morning. It's coffee time again. Oh. And a wee bit shortbread. Oh well, that was a brilliant night. I sat out here until it got a wee bit cold and then went into the tent. I watched videos for about 3.5–4 hours and decided to go to bed at 11:30. No worry. When I blew it up during the day, it was hot air and it was cold last night. So the air contracted, the mattress, it got soft. So I put a wee bit extra stuff in it, a wee bit extra air, used the mini pump, and had a brilliant night. It's true what they say, you don't fall off the side of that thing. I got near the edge a couple of times because I'm on a bit of a slope. And it was excellent. And I had my most unfavourite sleeping bag. I'm waiting on a new one coming. Another new one. Hope I can fit in this one. But it was alright last night. Brilliant wee sleep. Woke up at 5:30. There's sheep out in the field here. The blinking geese down there, they're still there. I wonder. The facilities in this place are very, very good. And they're on a disc system so you don't overcrowd the toilet. Very good. They also have Wi-Fi throughout the site. 400 or 500 charges. So I did get the signal, but I won't hold that against them. If I'd been 100 yards closer, it would have worked. So I got my phone out. Not a lot of people know this. Use your phone out. I got the PC up and got the phone out well, some people just do everything on their phone, but my eyesight's rubbish. Well, from reading anyway, even with glasses. My shaking as you probably get. So, you know, just got a mobile phone for internet, it's rubbish. So anyway, gets the phone out, goes into settings, and on this phone it said, okay, I think it's Wi-Fi connectability or connectivity, Wi-Fi connectivity, into that, switch it on, and it connects to the laptop. There's a code on the phone, tap that into the laptop as you would with any Wi-Fi going in. Perfect. Very good Wi-Fi. So that's a wee trick to do, using your phone as Wi-Fi around. Anyway, today, I'm not going to do very much. Take a walk around the place. Do the usual, people watch. A couple of nice texts here. Some blinking monsters. I don't know. It must be because of they can't get abroad. They're spending thousands on these texts. And they're muffled big things. Multi-room. And the thing this season seems to be an outside gazebo. So this thing must measure 20 feet by 20 feet. People, well, I can't complain. I spend a wee bit too much on my tents. For goodness sake, I don't spend as much as that. Anyway, I'm going to get this cup of coffee, down a few of these shortbreads, and then have my breakfast. And I'll see you later in the day and let you know what's happening. Cheers. I'm just going to take a slow walk round the site, and I'll shoot some footage while I'm walking round. It's not quite 9:30, and that's people starting to get up, lazy buggers, and some of them are starting to pack up to head home or to another campsite. Kids are enjoying themselves anyway. Down near the loch. Oh, the canoeists are out already. As you can see, everybody's starting to waken up here. Just wander over to the loch itself. Somebody's got a nice pitch at the loch side. As you can see, they've got the fishing rods in. Nice wee memorial here to somebody. Sense of humour. And round the corner, more boats, and obviously a launch point for everything. Boats for hire. They've got quite a selection. Now, if I had Indian canoes, I might give it a try, but I don't think I'd survive in a kayak. And what they are, I don't know. Probably pedalos or something like that. No idea. couple of good pitches there. And I'll take a walk up to the shop. Oh, goodness gracious. They are pedalers. Oh, a bit fun for somebody, not for me. Good morning. As always, it's coffee and shortbread time. I had a reasonable good sleep last night. That Trekology 140 sleeping mat, absolutely fantastic. I let a wee bit of air out of it and I just sunk into it. I had a really good sleep. But okay, there was a noisy crew next to us, turned up and went next to us, but they quietened down at 11. They must have had enough booze and went to bed. So I got a good 5 hours sleep. Anyway, yesterday it was hot, very, very hot, and I've burnt my legs. My own bloody fault. Didn't bring sunscreen. I've sprayed that oh so soft that I use for the midges on it. It's given me some relief. But that's what you get for sunbathing. Anyway, I took a walk around the place. It's massive. It's well laid out. This tent field, it's a big place. They've got plenty to do here. There's a football pitch over there. A couple of these adventure sort of commando course things for the kids. And you've got the stuff that they've got down at the loch. They've got canoes, paddle boards, rowing boats, and pedalos. I've not saw them in a while. Fancy a go, but you really need 2 people in them, so pass. Went into the shop on the way back, got myself an ice cream naturally. Got to look after yourself when you're out. The shop, the prices were excellent. You know, a campsite, they tend to bump things up. But no here. So I wandered back along, looking at all the tents. Some fantastic bits of kit here. Getting some ideas. Eventually, my poor old wigwam will have to go. It's too much to put up. 30 pegs, come on. So I've been getting 1 or 2 pointers and what have you there. So I just came back and did my favourite. People watched. It's always interesting, people watching. We've had these sheep in the field behind us. They've moved. They're camera shy. There's about 100 of them. So they've been a source of entertainment for a lot of people. There's a stile next to us here, and 3 wee lasses wandered there. The oldest must have been about 7. And they spent all morning trying to catch the sheep, trying to creep up on them, and herding them about like they were collie dogs. It was quite funny. Then in the afternoon, the adults decided to, some of them must be a walking group, about half a dozen of them, maybe more. There's a gate up in the corner, and you can walk out of the field or round the field or what have you. So they gets up there and they saw this herd of sheep. They were scared to go into the field. Sheep! Yeah, they were scared to go into the field. They detoured, they must have added about an extra mile to their walk. It was laughable. Then at night, you know, this is the quiet corner, this is why I chose that. I wanted to be away for the common herd down there because I knew there'd be a few parties and loads of people, and I didn't go camping to be with loads of people. No loads, I'll speak to folk. But all of a sudden there's this group turn up in the park over there, no far away from us. And they were loud. Anyway, the husband, who obviously had a few cans of beer. Yeah, well, they're still lying at the fire at that earlier. It's a bloody mess. His idea was to get his wee lassie and they'd run the 50 yards of his tent to the fence here, screaming at the top of their voices to try and chase the sheep. What can you say? Some folk, yeah, that's just not how you behave. Definitely not how to teach a kid to behave. Anyway, last night, once I had my dinner, which was one of these army ration things, chicken, pasta and tomato sauce. It was fantastic. And a wee follower. I settled down and watched the video, Line of Duty I think it's called. Anyway, I watched that, and because I'm in agony with this sunburn, I just went to my bed. But this crew, they were out in their car later screaming about, making a noise. But these things happen on these big sites. Anyway, I got up this morning. This is my second try at making the video because I run out of batteries. 7 o'clock, there was nobody about. As I look at the moment, looking at it that way, I can't see one person. Oh, there's a guy on a bike appeared. Ah well. It's now just before 8 o'clock, so it's starting people are starting to appear. Get some air into their lungs. Anyway, to sum up, it's been a good 3 days, really. The place it's run quite well. In fact, it's run very well. There's loads of staff, and the walk around it's clean. And you've got all these stuff for the kids to do. Adults usually find something to do themselves. But what I'm going to do now is have my breakfast, and then tidy up. And head back. But what's next? I've learnt that I've found 2 other what you might call nearly wild camping sites. Basically farmers that are letting out their fields. There's one further up Loch Ken, charging about 12 quid a night. That looks very interesting. I would say it's probably very good for the fishing as well. So I might get a fishing video up there. I've also found that there's a similar site over the other side of Stranraer, and the South Rhines, with the looks of it. Basically, for the next couple of months, these bigger campsites are going to be busy, they're going to be allowed. Probably no for me. I like it a wee bit quieter. Good campsite, don't get me wrong, good place to bring the kids for a holiday, but I'll go for the quieter places. I'll be trying one of them. In the meantime, I've got a new tent. I'll be testing that out one night. I'll do a one nighter in that, just to test it out and let you see how that goes. It's something different. Wearing a sleeping bag turning up from, shall we say, one of the bigger suppliers. Well, it was one supplier and it looks like it's been supplied by another big supplier. It looks like a few of these big camping groups are actually the same group. Anyway, they're not getting any top marks for me because it's been our 10 days and I've said it's going to take longer, but we'll sort that when it comes. But where to go next? Dumfries and Galloway is my oyster. There's loads of places to camp, and that's without starting wild camping. But anyway, wherever it is, you'll find out next time where I go. I'll see you later. Cheers.